Shifting our focus to Pakistan now, the country's parliament has cleared a constitutional amendment bill in what is being seen a big win for the Pakistan government. The lower house of the Pakistan parliament, the National Assembly, it passed the amendment bill with a two-third majority, hours after the bill was passed in the Senate, which is the upper house of parliament. The Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif termed it a historic day for the nation and its people. Sharif stated that the amendment will make the provisions of justice more accessible to the people. He also hailed the members of the National Assembly who voted in favour of the bill. Meanwhile, the Pakistani president has postponed the ratification and signing ceremony of the bill. On Sunday, the bill was passed by the upper house of parliament with a two-third majority of 65 votes. The 26th amendment is the biggest reversal for judicial independence in 3 decades, wherein appointments of judges have been handed back to the executive branch of the government, which is contradictory to Pakistan's history so far. Meanwhile, lawyers in Pakistan have said that handpicking of Supreme Court judges from a list of 3 is a flawed system that will incite infighting within the judiciary. They have also argued that the reform was a body blow to the constitutional order and would promote biased selection of Supreme Court judges, bypassing seniority as a criteria for the appointment as well as their political capture. Some other lawyers criticize the law as an attack on judicial independence, as it would allow the Supreme Court judge appointed by a parliamentary committee to hear the matters appointed by the same parliament. Lawyers also lamented that the amendments were quite diluted as compared to the initial drafts that were circulating. They, however, added that the new draft was more workable, but the concerns remained regarding the authority of Chief Justice of Pakistan in times of crisis. Now, the 26th Constitutional Amendment Bill includes provisions like capping the age of the Chief Justice at 65 or a tenure of 3 years, whichever comes first. It also gives the power to appoint the Chief Justice of Pakistan to a parliamentary committee. The panel shall consist of 8 members from the National Assembly and 4 members from the Senate. The suo motu powers of the High Court are restricted to purview of matter. These changes also end the military drills and trials for the civilians. And for more on this, the Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik has sent us this report. Take a look.
Well, the 26th Constitutional Amendment of Pakistan's constitution has gotten through with the barest of the margins, won't be wrong to say, despite of extensive negotiations back and forth. The Prime Minister was all jubilant. The Information Minister Ataullah Tarawai, speaking to WION, has said that this is literally going to democratize the judicial process, and that with what has been envisaged in the Pakistani constitution, with the parliament being supreme, that has been followed through a consensus. Now, it is pertinent to mention the fact that the constitutional amendment largely looms around with regards to clipping powers of the judiciary, but as the government says, is democratizing the powers of the judiciary. The vote went down almost all night. The session started quite pretty late, but despite of that, it has now ended, and the government seems to be visibly jubilant, with a pat on their back for the fact that they've pulled off quite of a big deal with regards to the number game. Anas Malik in Islamabad, Pakistan, outside the Pakistani parliament for WION World is One.